We are live. What you eating? You're muted yourself because you were chewing on something. You're muted.
No, I'm not.
Oh, no. You just removed the mute and just say you're. No, I'm not. Right after. Okay. Okay.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey. We're live back again on Atheist Republic because the strike was removed because we won, right? We challenged the strike,
Yes.
the copyright strike against the Shia organization that was doing propaganda, and we
Well, not
exposed
just any Shias,
Yes, Shirazi Shias.
but those aren't just any Shias, okay? Those are the British Shiites.
They are the Queen's Shiats. The Shirazi Queen's Shirazi Shiats. Yes.
Am I
Loyal to the
five.
British Queen, which is weird. Like I think a lot of people don't understand what we're talking about. They're confused. Like, what are you talking about? But yes, those
You're
people.
talking about deep Shia conspiracies. Sheer conspiracy deep cuts.
We should
Okay? If you know, you know.
yeah.
If you don't know,
Yes.
we're putting you on something, okay?
We're basically, me and Susanna are talking about something that 99.9% of you would not understand. But we have to change that. We have to show people. We have to expose this whole Shia thing. They came after, guys. We were exposing them based on this movie that they made, The Lady of Heaven, and they came after us with a false copyright strike, and we challenged them and we won. That's why we get to do live streams again here on this channel.
Yay.
So we need to now double down. We need to now go after them, see what is this information that they're trying to hide. Why they're so
Well, we already know what information they're trying to hide. They're trying to hide who's behind the film, which is the Shirazi.
I mean, that's not that information is available, but the bias in the propaganda and all that, yeah, we're gonna go after every single Shirazi mom. Every single one of them, and we're going to look at their tactics, and they're going to actually they're using they're using the what people call Islamophobia. Okay, we don't call it that, we call it anti-Muslim bigotry, but they're using that as a way to promote Shiism, which is amazing. It's genius. But anyways,
oh, you mean with their anti-Sunni rhetoric?
Yeah, they're like, yeah, your guys are all right? They are the Sunnis. And we're
well, I mean, some of them are more nuanced than that. They'll say, that was they'll say it's from the Sunni ideologues.
Right.
They're not necessarily saying it's all Sunnis, but they do. Some of them do say, "Oh, thank you, Andy."
We should look at the
earrings on top of my earrings.
We should look at some of the live chat. Okay, so Dolly is here, Kenji is here, Music Guy is here, Andy is here. Hi guys. Will Philly is here. Soha is here. We are back. Yes, Soha, we are. Sabe Lot, I don't know how to say that name. The Adventure of Peace is here. We have a question.
I almost said we have some Catholics. That's me. We have some questions. Belly is saying, what do you think about Biden? What do you think about the way Biden is dealing with situations now in the U.S.? Agree or disagree? Well, we're like 2 or 3 weeks in. I mean, and there's so many different things he's done, right? So, there's a lot of controversy around his executive orders, and a lot of controversy around a lot of different executive orders. I think one criticism that I think is a good criticism for these executive orders, regardless of what the content of that executive order is that executive orders are not a very effective way to rule or govern, I should say, because with any next administration, they can just undo any said given executive order. So it's not a very good way to govern or establish rights and privileges for any given group of people, because they can also just be as easily undone by the next administration. Um, so even though there's been some executive orders that I think are great, there's been some that I'm undecided on, um, because they're like very controversial. Regardless, they can be easily undone, and so I don't think that's a very good way to govern. I think going through the Senate and the House of Representatives through Congress and establishing that is a much better way to um, create change in our nation for the long term.
Yeah, but okay, I'm gonna say a few things. I still think, like, first of all, you need executive orders to undo all the executive orders that Trump did, right?
No,
Yeah.
this is
Okay.
that's
Well,
exactly what I'm saying, though.
I said, let me finish. I'm gonna just say a few things.
No.
Okay. No. um. Also, to be fair to Biden, these are the things that he could do right away. You could only do the things that you're suggesting takes longer, right? And he might do that, but first of all, he doesn't have full control over that. Very little control over that. But these are the things that he could have done very fast, and he did do it very fast, and they were very urgent. So I'm glad that he did do it very fast. I'm actually very pleasantly surprised so far with Biden. I was expecting more of a mixed bag. I mean, there are still some things that are not as good, but I was thinking like it's going to be 50% good, 50% bad. So far, it's been really good. I'm still worried about how he's going to deal with China. I'm looking for that, but with the situation with Yemen, the speed in which that he called out any support that they have for Saudi Arabia, that was like, I didn't expect that. I was worried about how doing the deal back with Iran. I was worried about how easily he's going to accept everything from the Islamic Republic. It seems like they're playing it tougher than I thought they would. They're like, it's not like they're not bending the knee right away. Like they're so I'm actually pretty. So far, again, don't come at me if things change and he does something stupid and you're like, oh, Armin, you were wrong. Like, so far, it's been good. I'm pretty sure he's going to do something stupid that we're going to call out here. But so far, it's been really better than I thought. Way better than I thought. Yeah. So.
Music guy is saying, what is the most frightening event you've ever been through?
Don't need to say it if you don't want to, though.
I mean, it would be a huge mood killer.
Okay, don't say it. Don't say it.
It'd be a really...
Yeah.
Yeah,
and you don't want to feel it would trigger anything. Don't even think about it. Stop thinking about it. I'll just say it.
No, I mean, it's fine for me. I'm thinking about other people. Like, it's not fun.
Okay. Mine was my attempted suicide thing at around age, I don't know, somewhere
12.
between 12 or 14. I don't know exactly anymore. But the aftermath of that and everything that happened, that was pretty frightening. Yeah. Seeing what they did to my parents, especially.
Yeah, mine would be also my suicide attempt and
Yeah.
getting physically assaulted trying to stop someone from killing themselves, actually.
Ooh. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's highlight Ghost. Ghost Bunny asks questions that are better for our mood, anyways.
No, this is not good for the mood. Because what do you say? I'm working on an essay reviewing opioid overdose videos.
Oh my
God.
God.
Quite sad. Yeah. I've seen a lot of that. It sucks. Matthew is saying what's going on with the India legal troubles. We'll talk about that tomorrow, actually, on the news. That'll be our last news item tomorrow. And you don't have to tag Armin anymore because we're on the main. Oh wait, no, I think Matthew was doing this on purpose because he misspelled your last name like how they did in the legal document.
Oh, what the hell? Okay, we're blocking Matthew. We're blocking Matthew.
um, Andy P is saying, "What do you think of Sikh gurus who had multiple wives? Well, they claim Sikhism preaches women equality. Well, I mean, here's the deal: like polygamy or just being married to multiple people is not inherently unequal. I actually think that being able to be legally married to more than one person should be legal, but I get conflicted when I think about how that is so abused so frequently. Um, yeah, so just because someone's married to multiple people, that doesn't necessarily mean a lack of equality. I mean, in a religious context, it almost always does, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, good answer.
Oh, that's it? Okay. This is for you.
Wait. Let me answer as well. I just think that it's very unfair if women don't get to have multiple husbands. Okay, I think it's completely fine for men to have multiple wives. That should be allowed, but it should also be allowed for women to have multiple husbands. Armin, sometimes you wear glasses, sometimes you don't. Why? Well, these are not. These are just UV. These are for supposed to like help your eyes when you're in front of a screen. I don't need them to see. And also because I like to change it up every once in a while, right? So sometimes I like you get bored. Most people like I don't like coloring my hair. I don't like growing a beard. Most people find ways to change their look here and there, so I don't
Ooh,
get
this is a
bored.
very interesting question, and this is
Mm.
relevant for the season that is approaching. Armin, what is your advice on keeping up with exercise and staying healthy while fake fasting for Ramadan? I live with
Ah.
my family, so I'm going to have to fake fast to keep the peace. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Um, Okay, so I used to overestimate the benefits of fasting. They're not as good as I used to think when actually followed the science and stuff. I thought I was following the science, but then I did a deeper dive into it, and I'm like, okay, nope. Um, but it's not, even though there's not as much as benefits as I thought there was into it. There's also not that much harm if you do it right. Um, the harm from Islamic Ramadan is not the fact that you're not eating for a while. It's that you're also not drinking enough water. Like it would be fine. It's really not harmful at all if you get to drink water. Not drinking water is really bad. So the main thing you need to worry about is the two main things that you need to worry about is making sure you drink so much water. And like I don't know if it's safe or if it's like if you do manage to sneak in some kind of a time to eat something or drink something, make sure you get the water in, right? Make sure like before sunrise you do drink a lot of water, given that you're not going to be drinking for half a day. And the first thing you do once the sun sets is to also drink water. Okay. And yes, given that your first meal is going to be in the morning, I suggest doing your exercise right after, so your muscles, because if you do your exercise in the afternoon, then your body has gone through not having any glycogen in your muscles for a very long time. It's not going to be very efficient. So maybe do your exercise right after you have that giant meal in the morning. Make sure the meal is a giant meal, but make sure just because you're not eating, you don't use it as an excuse to eat unhealthy food in the morning, because that's like just make like so you can go. Oh, here's one thing I think. By the way, let me actually be clear. Disclaimer: I'm not a health expert. These are what I think based on the research I've done. It could be all completely wrong. Um, yeah, but if you do so don't listen to me, this is just my opinion. Okay, if you take protein powder, I suggest maybe taking collagen instead of whey, because you're going to go throughout the day now without protein for a whole while. So make sure you take slow absorbing protein in the morning so that you have some protein intake throughout the day. Susanna, you want to say something?
Oh, I was just looking up because I remember, like, maybe on the Faithless Hijabi website you can find some tips, but I remember seeing a lot of really good tips from people like Mimsy Vids and
Mm.
shoot, I can't remember her name on Twitter, but she's a Somali ex-Muslim.
Ooh.
And so I was looking up on ex-Muslim Reddit, and there were some good tips. So there was one person saying before, like in the weeks before Ramadan, start keeping like half-filled water bottles in your room. So it's like normal that there would just randomly be a bunch of half-filled water bottles in your room,
Ooh.
so then you can drink that water, but it won't seem weird that there's just all this water around you. You know, it's like part of it's normalized as part of your environment.
Mm.
Um, a lot of people are saying to keep protein bars in your pockets, um, or your purse if you have one like me. um,
I have actually a very important tip. Okay,
mhm.
so a lot of people gain weight during Ramadan because they overeat before and after their fasting. When you're breaking your fast, you might be so hungry that you might binge eat. Okay, so one thing I suggest is to, before you start eating food, when you're breaking your fast, drink like a whole liter of water or something so that your stomach stretches, so that you don't feel like overeating. And then the first thing you start eating, don't go with the thing that you want to grab the most right now. Maybe like after drinking a lot of water, eat a bowl of salad or something. So then go with the other food that you want to eat, right? So you don't do, breaking your fast doesn't become an excuse for overeating, right? And also remember that your brain takes a couple of minutes, sometimes a long time, before it realizes that it's full. So maybe like take a break from eating and then give your brain a lot of time, like, oh, actually there's food in my body, I'm not very hungry anymore, and then maybe eat after that a little bit more. Because if you eat while like not having ate for a whole day, half a day, then you might overeat. Okay, so go on, Susanna.
Um,
This.
well, the thing is, though, you want to make sure that if you are eating food, sneaking food, keep those wrappers and dispose of them when you're outside the house. Which may be more difficult during COVID. I don't know what your restrictions are like where you are. But then you also have to consider seeming like you're really hungry and thirsty when it does come time for iftar. So maybe right then when iftar comes, you could like Armin would say, make sure you drink a lot of water first. So you could like take that first glass and like drink it really fast. Like, oh, I'm so thirsty, blah blah blah.
Can I
And
actually tell you? Okay, sorry, finish that.
oh, and then if you eat more slowly in comparison to everyone else because you've been eating throughout the day, and they're like, why? I mean, why are you eating slowly? That might not happen, but if you do, you could be like, oh, well, I'm trying not to. I gained weight last Ramadan. I don't want to gain weight this time, so I'm trying to like not eat as much after iftar.
Hmm.
Uh,
So my uncle has like a huge beard, and in
oh wait, this was
Iran.
your uncle? I thought this. I love this story.
No, so in Iran you could get in trouble legally for you know if you're eating outside in public, in Ramadan, you could get arrested for that, right? But he's like very addicted to coffee, so he can't like not drink coffee outside. So when he was driving, he had this like straw going through his beard to his mouth, and he was like drinking. So he drinks it without people noticing because his beard is hiding him. Oh, another
humans,
Ramadan.
humans are so creative.
Yeah.
Necessity is the mother of invention.
I have my own story. Is that in Ramadan, in Tehran University, we used to try to find a place to sneak food and eat food, and that the good thing is that when I figure out where that corner is, that's where everybody that wants to eat during Ramadan, that's where we all go and hide. Like it was a secret spot that we would try to go find food and not get caught.
The
Um,
harami corner.
yeah,
The
and that was
harami corner.
the Harami. That's great. Actually, I like that name for it. But the good thing about that is that was the perfect place for picking up girls because
It
you
always
know
comes
that.
back to that.
Yeah, because this is like, that these are the more liberal girls that are more like anti-religious, like rebellious girls that are like risking bringing food to the university, and that it was so much easier to pick up someone from there. So it was a perfect spot for picking up people. Anyways,
It always comes back to that. Matthew is asking, when can we expect more voicemail videos? Well, you should send us one.
yeah, well, as we release them as soon as we get enough to make an episode. So them, if you're not getting them, it's because people are not leaving them. So maybe leave a voicemail.
Send us a voicemail, guys.
Yeah.
The voicemail intro is so funny. It's like, God might not be listening, but we are. Oh my gosh, it gets me every time.
There were
Uh,
some other questions that we missed.
I know I'm looking
Oh my god,
for.
people are trying to trigger me in the live chat. Don't highlight them by misspelling my last name. Don't give them. Don't.
Oh, guys, how childish.
No,
Um,
it's funny. Here, where is this? Oh, what the hell? They actually changed their entire username.
wait, but who is this originally now?
I don't know. Oh Habibi, it's me, your evil twin, who is for Islamic reform, Armin Navabi. Actually, this is kind of funny.
I think that's David. That sounds like something David would say.
It's not our queen. I sim for Majid Nawaz, and I'm proud of it.
I think that sounds like David to me.
Oh god, this is
Oh,
funny.
Ghost Bunny is asking us, as per usual,
Mm.
health check. Mental health check? How are you doing? What is something you are learning to help you take care of yourself? Well, you go first, Armin.
So I make chocolate cakes for myself every. Well, I don't make it.
You don't
Somebody
make
makes.
them.
I make recipes, and then I have other people make that for me. Thank you so much.
Yesterday he was like, guys, you only made me 2 cakes, not 3.
No, no, no. But I have this recipe for chocolate cakes, which are very healthy, very low calorie, no sugar, right? With banana and chocolate, cocoa powder, and everything. I'm gonna go from eating 2 cakes every day to chocolate cakes every day, and I'm thinking of switching from 2 chocolate cakes every day to another form of cake that instead of making with egg whites and cocoa powder and banana, I'm gonna experimenting with buying casein protein and making a cake with egg whites, casein protein, sweetener, cinnamon. No, you not. I don't know if I
Wait, you
add
didn't
cinnamon.
even answer how are you though.
No, I'm doing well. No, I'm doing good. But I'm answering the second part. Okay. So the reason why I'm doing that is because casein is slow absorbing. So when I go to, I'm gonna take my second cake later at night. So when I'm sleeping, uh, you go through a fasting period. That's why it's called a break fast because you're breaking your fast when you're sleeping. So I want to make sure that the entire time that I'm sleeping, there's protein in my blood, right? So I'm gonna make a cake that is slow absorbing protein that I'm gonna eat before I go to sleep. So that's something that I'm learning that is gonna help me with my health. All right, go on, you go.
How are you doing? Not good. Today was trash.
You're
Mental
doing better
health
now,
wise.
though.
Yeah, I am better
Yeah.
right now.
Mm.
Um, I don't know. It honestly, it's not fun to talk about because it's awful. But yeah, the isolation is getting to me, and that's not fun because I have less people in my environment to help like counter the mental abuse inside my freaking skull. Um, but that's why I like doing this because it brings in some new stimulus to help turn around my mood. So that's good. What is something you're learning to help you take care of yourself? I don't know if I'm learning anything. I kind of know what I should be doing. I'm not always good about actually doing it.
You're getting better at it, though.
Yeah.
you made a lot of improvements on how to deal with those episodes that you have. So,
Yeah.
like a lot of improvements. Come on, congratulate, like recognize the improvements that you've made.
Ugh.
Oh, you're so much better than before. Come on,
Yeah.
you are. You're very good at self-diagnosing and isolating where this is coming from, and coming up with the best strategy on how to deal with it. You're really good at that. And you know you're good at that.
Yeah, it just sucks when that doesn't actually help make it stop, though.
Well, I mean, it's not gonna. You shouldn't expect it to get it to stop it, right? You know, like you should expect for it to be, like it's because if you expect too much from it, so I think right, the self awareness just helps you deal with it, helps you know that it's gonna at some point end. But if you expect too much from it, then you're gonna get disappointed. So don't be like, oh, I need to be so good at this that I could stop it right away. No, right?
No,
So just
don't get me wrong. I know that it's an unreasonable expectation.
mm,
That doesn't mean I don't want it to stop because I want to stop having a blue hellscape inside my head.
right.
You know,
Well,
like
if anyone
what?
if anyone can figure it out, it's you. I know.
Um,
Okay, you pick the next one.
um, is there going to be blasphemous art on T-shirts? More of it. Yes, in fact, the art that we're working on right now is going to look so good on a T-shirt. Now, here's the deal: because of a lot of our art took a very nasty turn.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we couldn't put that on a shirt because it would violate nearly all the policies of the third party marketplaces we use. So, um, when we're making more safer work versions of a lot of our arts, and so those are going to go on shirts. They just need
Yes.
to actually be hide the naughty bits.
Yeah. So we decided to make a safer work. Like we already make a not safe for work 18 plus version of our art. There's no platform that we could find that would accept those on a shirt. So now we're gonna make safe for work version of our art, which is by the way available for free to our newsletter subscribers. Link in the description. For example, let me show you an example of the art that our artist is working on right now. Um, this is Mother Mary, right? So this is the censored version. So she's like fully naked in this art. The naked version, the uncensored version of this art is available to our patrons, right? Uh, when the artist makes these, she's also gonna make one. She's also gonna make one where the bobs and the jeans are covered, right? That art, with the one that is not nude, is going to be available to our newsletter subscribers. Again, link to our newsletter subscription in the description. Um, and now that we're going to make the safe for work version, those should also be available. We should be able to make them available on t-shirts. By the way, this is only the first draft,
So it's
of
crazy. It's
I mean,
crazy.
like this is not the final version. This is the first draft of the upcoming art for our patrons, and it's like, and like our artist sent this to us, and I was like, "Wait, this is the first draft?" She's like, "Yeah." I can't wait to see what the final draft is gonna be like. This is amazing. Anyways,
Um, Andy P is asking, what do you think? What do you say about the blasphemy allegation and beating of a Christian nurse in Pakistan by fellow nurses and doctors? Her name is Tabitha Gill. So I've seen the video of some of her being assaulted by, I guess, her coworkers. Um, it's one of the craziest. It's
yeah,
really terrible. It's really really bad. It's really sad to see them like literally holding this woman like by the dupatta around her neck and just like slapping the shit out of her. For those who are unfamiliar, there was this like Christian nurse who was, I believe, just telling patients that like um, Jesus can help their pain or something. The details are fuzzy, okay? So, but she was talking about like the power of Jesus to these patients or something. Now, personally, I have a problem with that, but that's besides the point in this situation. She's now being charged with blasphemy for, basically speaking about the intercession of Christ. Um, it
It was
and
so
she's
horrible, bro. It was she's such
yeah,
a kind, she's such a beautiful person, you know. She's such a sweetheart, and she just like so many people came and abused her just because she was singing about Jesus. That was so horrible.
yeah, and it's yeah, and it really goes to show like how um what's the word I'm looking for, like diffuse like the blasphemy allegations can be, like simply talking about the power of the intercession of Christ, which is a fundamental precept of being a Christian, is blasphemous, you know. um so I don't know what her legal situation is at this point, but I really hope that there are people taking up her defense. And I can bet that there are. I believe this was talked about by Yusrif. I could be wrong, but the blasphemy situation in Pakistan is just it's a shit show. Like I think that, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I talk about it more. Maybe it's because I have more of awareness of it. But I feel like more people know about it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm hoping that increasing international attention on these issues will help the situation, like how increasing the international attention on the farmers' protest in India, like just in the span of the past like 3 days, changed things so much. So, um, yeah, I think that's a lot of what Pakistan needs is international attention, the spotlight. Um,
Okay, this Jesus Christ loves you, folks. Come to Jesus' name. Amen. Um, I do think he has really bad dating tactic. Like his strategy is not really good. Like he's just like leaving, telling other people that he loves us. Like he's not gonna, you know, if you wanna like win someone over, don't start with the L word right away. You know what I mean? Like maybe like some interest. Oh, where did Susie go? I think Jesus took out Susie. Oh,
Sorry about that.
what happened?
I
it was
accidentally
it
right
was
clicked backed myself.
okay.
I was like, oh crap.
It was so funny. You were like, ah, and then you're like, you were taken out. Yeah, yeah. I think Jesus is like a simp. He's like like a major simp for everyone. I think he needs dating. Maybe talk. Oh, we should introduce Jesus to the Muslims who do love jihad in India because you know they are winning over all the women in India, so they know how to do this. I
Mm.
think that would be good. Oh, hey, we have Hindu historian here. Where is she? Okay, you pick the next question.
Um, I'm looking for one. Um, uh,
Right, there's so many.
I know.
There was one by Dolly that I think was good for you to answer.
Is it this one?
Yes, this
Dolly's
is
saying, okay, here's my question. How do you overcome trauma and nightmares or PTSD symptoms, especially when a person doesn't have supportive people around them? Well, first of all, I am not a professional. Okay. So don't take my advice, the most seriously. Anything that a qualified expert would say would supersede what I have to say, right? Um, uh, so there are a lot of resources online for people nowadays. Um, I think trying to find someone who could help with cognitive behavioral therapy remotely. What what where did he go? Oh, he's going to go pee. um uh Someone who can help with cognitive behavioral therapy remotely would probably be very helpful. Um I don't have a lot of experience with PTSD personally. Um there are That's a tough one. Um I think, yeah, looking for online resources, Dolly, I might have something in particular I can send you. Um, I think trying to find online support groups is good in the meanwhile. So there is the Recovering from Religion Foundation. I think they do some online support groups. Um, and I know Faithless Hijabi has some mental health support groups that are remote. So I think that's a good option for a lot of people. Um, and I think also just educating yourself about clinical mental health disorders. So, one of the reasons why I majored in psychology was just so I could understand myself better. Um, so, just learning more about, like, say, PTSD specifically itself. How does this disorder work? How does it work chemically? Um, how does it manifest behaviorally? Just learning the ins and outs of it as a clinical disorder was very helpful to me personally because it helped me understand what I was going through in a way that was separate from myself. Um, so then when I was going through it, then I could actually identify, like, oh, I'm exhibiting this symptom right now. This fits into the broader um, spectrum of the disorder this way, and it learning about it in that sense helped me personally not be as hard on myself when I was exhibiting symptoms because I could like label it appropriately and not say that this is a character flaw in myself. That doesn't mean that it's me that's weak. This is literally just a symptom of a disorder. So that helped. Oh, thank you, Dolly.
I like how the live chat went mad as soon as I left. Look at this. Everybody's saying, women take over the patriarchy. People are like, yeah, Armin washed his hand. Yes, I did. I did. I did. Oh, there you go. Daddy is back. Yes, I am.
Oh, Daddy's
Bobo is.
home.
Yeah, look, Armin, we know we wash your hand. The patriarchy has crumbled. Girl power. Wait, Bobo had a question. I think I missed it.
Bubbles here?
Yes.
Yes, that's my girl. Ah, San Miguel is here.
Yay!
Hi, San Miguel. Guys, go subscribe to his channel if you want to learn about cults. Oh,
Found
Bubble.
it.
Yes, yes,
Wait, what is this?
yes,
I don't know what's happening.
yes. Kangana Ronell had an interaction on Twitter with our Ali Rizvi,
Our Ali Rizvi?
our director
No.
from our board of directors, Ali Rizvi. Yes,
And you
they had
didn't
an
tell me?
interaction. He did. Did you not check our sexy jihadis chat?
Um, okay, tell
Check
me,
this,
tell me.
the sexy jihadis group chat.
What happened?
Check
No,
it.
I can't check all my messenger all the time. Just tell me what happened.
Wait, let me find it because it was so good. He quote retweeted her and basically said that she sounds like the mullahs that he was around in Saudi Arabia, and she was like, "Oh,
Give
I'm
some
gonna."
context to people who this person is.
Hey, let me find it.
So this is like a actress, Indian actress who is like supporting Hindutva and the BJP party, and she came after me for as well. for the sexy Cali art.
Here we go. Here we go. Oh, this is so good. Oh, just chef's kiss. Ah, this is what I live for. Look at how my mood changed. Bubble is bringing us the important discussion points here. Okay, so let's walk through this.
Zoom in.
So, for those who are not aware, Kangana here is a Bollywood actress who is now a right wing shill. And so she was trying to crap on Rihanna because Rihanna simply tweeted an article by the BBC talking about how the Indian government is shutting off internet around the Delhi area because of the farmers' protests. She simply tweeted that article and said, "Why aren't we talking about this? Hashtag farmers' protest." And the nation of India is quaking. They are quaking because of Rihanna's tweet. So Kangana was like, right-wing role model versus left-wing role model. I rest my case. India together. India against propaganda. So they're trying to say
Look
that...
at the number of retweets and likes. Almost 80,000 likes. God damn. Okay,
Yeah,
go
well,
on.
she has... how many followers? 3 million? Okay, yeah.
By the way, this is a lady that is responsible for Atheist Republic growing because she highlighted me and our sexy Cali, and
Oh,
now
let's
we
be
met.
clear. This is my girl. No.
What?
So here she's like trying to say, she's trying to show like how pious she is. Oh my god, my Hindu identity. And then here she's like, oh, look at this woman. She's singing. She's a whore. Like these men taking a photo of her ass.
Wait, that's a picture of herself?
This is Rihanna.
No, the other one.
Yes.
Oh my, I thought she would like pick another person to show how right winger. She's highlighting herself.
Yeah.
Oh my, that's so gross. That is so cringe. Oh my, that
Wait.
is so cringe.
This is unrelated, but this really made me laugh. Please rest your case and stop tweeting. And they're like, please. Anyways, so let's go back to our boy Ali. Okay, so Ya Ali. So our boy, our man, Ali Rizvi, that's my uncle. So he says, as I've been saying for a while now, Jai Shri Ram is the new Allahu Akbar, Hindutva is the new jihad, and now Kangana Ranaut is the new Farhat Hashmi. I grew up surrounded by self-hating misogynistic imbeciles like her in Saudi Arabia. I ignore her. And then Kangana hopped in those replies. Come with me for Kali Darshan, and you will forget all Saudi traumas and become an ardent Devi devotee. And then honestly, Ali, I can't tell the difference right now between you and the Saudi mullahs. And then Bubbles into the replies. This is my girl. Ali, Kangana has called for the beheading of people who were apparently blaspheming and then deleted her tweet like a coward. Just saying. So, yes.
Wow.
Guys, some people don't believe me when I say I have eyes everywhere. I have eyes everywhere.
Why is she saying Kali Darshan? What does that mean, Kali Darshan? Is that our Kali? Is that our sexy Cali? Is that a reference to our sexy Cali? I'm gonna bring up our sexy Cali
right now. This looks like some sort of event, but this does have to do with. This is Kali. This is our Kali.
Okay, if you're gonna mention Cali, then we have to bring up.
It's obligatory.
Sexy Cali.
Hey.
Yay.
That's our girl.
That's our girl. All right, yeah. So in case she watches this, we could see like Sexy Callie. You could never get rid of Sexy Callie.
Oh my
Wait,
god.
this is Love Jihad. This is technically Love Jihad, isn't it?
How so?
She's trying to. No, I don't know. No, it's not. Trying to take her ally to Hinduism.
Yes, what would be the inverse of love jihad? We need a name for that, guys.
Yeah.
Bubble is saying Darshan means viewing or prayer celebrations. Cool. So like saying like, oh, come with me to go pray for Kali, and you will be an ardent Devi devotee. It's
Pilgrimage to
so
Kali
funny.
temples. God damn it! I wish I could do pilgrimage to Kali temple. I
No, we
can't go to.
can. They just can't be in India. They're definitely outside of India.
There are Kali temples outside of India.
Sure.
Is there any good ones? We should go.
Yes. The largest ones in the United States are in New Jersey and Texas, and
Hmm.
they are palatial. But I think they are Ishkan temples, so Hare Krishna temples. Guys, if you
Can
don't
we?
know, the Hare
Can we
Krishnas are a
go?
straight up cult.
Can we go? Can we go to a Kali temple wearing a sexy Kali t-shirt?
No,
No.
they're not going to let us in.
I mean, there are. Okay, Susie. There are people that actually took our sexy Kali and added it to their mini temple at home, and they're praying to this now.
Do we have pictures of that?
No, I'm asking for there's some people that reported and saying like my family is doing this. I'm like, send me
Oh, wait,
pictures.
that's amazing.
I want pictures, right? So there are people in India that are praying to our version of Sexy Cali. By the way, guys, look at the Atheist Republic tattoo.
I
Isn't
don't
that
blame
gorgeous?
them.
Yeah, I mean we improved Cali. People are like, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing with our culture? Improving it. So cool. You pick the next one.
No, I'm looking for questions. Lord Furza keeps asking this question: how long can someone last without water? I went without food and anything to drink for 3 days as a fast, and I was completely
Yeah,
fine.
stop doing that. That's horrible. That's not good
Yeah.
for your health.
Um,
Why is this
easy
person
answer.
asking?
Easy answer. I don't know.
I don't know, but I know enough to know that that's not healthy. I don't know how long it takes, but I know it's not healthy. Stop doing that.
Stop doing that. Wait. Shoot, where'd it go? Miguel was saying, "My blue baby."
Oh,
um,
also Miguel is saying, improving it.
um, shoot, where did it go? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. People think that Rihanna and
Wow.
Greta Thunberg were paid for their tweets. And I saw one article from OP India saying that she was paid like such and such amount for those tweets. And I think, Kushal, the conversion rate was that she was paid like $2.50 for that tweet. You can't even buy a decent coffee in the US for that amount. You really think? Come on. It's
Kushal, I
written
hope
in
you're
the
joking because
toolkit. No,
if
he's
you
not, because he's talking about this goddamn toolkit. Everyone on Twitter is talking about Greta in this toolkit, and I'm like, what the hell is this toolkit?
the fact that you're even being taken seriously, Kushal, by Susanna is more than you deserve because
True.
you're a moron. Actually, like by the way, if Kushal is not the biggest idiot here, let me show you guys what people actually think. Because guys, the a lot of Hindutva people, again, hashtag not all, are so bigoted and they're so simple minded that they cannot comprehend like the world, like how people who have conspiracy theories, they have to make everything simple because if it's a little bit
Mhm.
nuanced, they're like, oh, it does not compute. So they can't have multiple enemies, they can't have multiple people that they hate, like they're so hateful, but they also have to simplify things to having one everything. Like how a lot some Muslims, everything they don't like is all of a sudden Zionist. um what Hindutva, the way they do it, everything they don't like, it has to be Muslim. Everything they don't like, it has to be Muslim, right? So look at, I'm gonna show you this. This is what is being spread around. Hold on, let me actually select this. This is what you want to read. This, I'm gonna share the
Dolly
screen.
is saying, "What? I don't know to what. I don't know to what, but I appreciate this."
Yes. Okay, read this. This is going around in
Oh,
WhatsApp in India.
this isn't even a good one, too.
There's so many of these right now. Read
Did
this one.
you know? Emoji, emoji, emoji. Rihanna's real name is Rihanna. Rihanna uh, Anjuman Sheikh. She's actually an ISIS agent bomb emoji. Her biggest sacrifice is not being able to wear hijabi emoji, for so many years so that she can become a singer, even though singing is microphone emoji. Haram! All this was done to gain a lot of Twitter followers. Oh yeah, it's not like her career began decades before Twitter. No, let's ignore that. Anyways, so that one fine day she can this was all done so that one fine day she can destabilize India by supporting farmers protests. This is to ensure that China, who is very afraid of India after the TikTok ban, will get some strength to attack without the K on India. Now destabilized by Rihanna's tweet, now Pakistan will be easily get into India and will steal our homemade vaccines to make a bioweapon. Dynamite emoji. And Hindu historian is saying my older aunts are sending me stuff like that too.
Yeah, and actually, it's funny because some people in the live chat are trying to say that this is a meme. No, we have people from India that say that they legit getting this from people thinking that this is serious. So stop trying to defend
Like
the embarrassment.
if
I
it
know
is
it's
a meme,
embarrassing, but yeah.
if it is a meme, it's not a stretch.
No, it's being okay. Even if somebody started it as a joke, it's being taken seriously.
Yeah.
So congratulations, you played yourself. But it's look at okay. You think this is a joke? Look, we actually have people in the live chat that think like they have this kind of conspiratorial mindset. So you really think this is a stretch? Like we have them right now in the live chat. God damn it. Like you guys, like stop, guys. You don't have to excuse, like, I know if you're Indian, this may be embarrassing. Don't be embarrassed because it's not you. Don't be like, oh, this is a meme, this is fake, this is not real. You shouldn't, don't worry if you're Indian, it wasn't you. It wasn't you. It's like people like Kushal instead. It's like, just because he's Indian and you're Indian, you don't have to be embarrassed by Kushal. You're not as dumb as Kushal. You're smarter than Kushal. You don't have to feel like you have to defend stuff like this.
Wait, Bubble was correcting me. That's not true in terms of what I saw about it being like the conversion rate being 250. She's saying they think she was paid a few $1,000,000. It's dumb. Wait, but I want to show you guys a really funny meme that I posted on my Instagram stories today. If my internet would work. Wow. Because so the thing is, in what Armin is showing, they're talking about how she's trying to like destabilize India this way. And even if like there are people who, I mean, this attitude is all over Twitter right now, you guys. Like that's why Kangana tweeted, India strong together, India against propaganda, because they think this is an effort to destabilize them. So,
Okay,
let me
address. Okay, while you bring that up, I'm gonna address this. Yes, Darwinian atheists. I know that there are Sikhs in Canada that are actually very motivated to be anti-Hindutva and stuff like that. I know that, but what this is what conspiracy theorists do. They take something that is somewhat true and they expand on it, right? So what the people in India, pro-Hindutva, pro-BJP people in India are trying to do is they try to suggest that this is not at all a movement that is from from within India. Like this is like foreigners, celebrities. This is foreign backed. This is not organically Indian protests, right? That there are foreign agents that are trying that have started all of this, right? And they're trying to dismiss how the farmers by pointing out these small effects that people from outside are having. This is completely an organic movement from within India, and just because, yes, I know that this is real. I'm Canadian, and I know one of the politicians there is heavily invested in uh, stuff like this, right? However, again, when people try to use it as a way to dismiss an entire movement, the world's largest protest in history, like something so, then we shouldn't let them. But yeah, thank you for that, Durban and Atheist. But go ahead.
Um,
What is it?
so this is a meme I posted on my stories today because this made me laugh so hard. So it's, big muscular doge like India. We built a propaganda network against Pakistan to make a case in the UN. Also India. Tweet hurt sovereignty. Greta, please. Rihanna, please.
Okay, that's
Please.
not say, it's not. I don't. Okay, this is funny meme, but let's be fair. It's not India. Okay, it's
It's a
like,
meme. It's
yeah, I know. I'm just being picky, okay? Because the farmers are India, okay? I want to think of India as the farmers and the people who are not. Yeah, I know this is a joke and this is a meme, but technically this should be like BGP or something. Yeah, BGP instead of India, it should say BGP
or just the government.
or Hindutva or something like that.
No. Yeah, but does any the small doge always makes me laugh. Like this meme format just kills me. But for those who don't know what the big muscular Chad doge is referring to, it's referring to what has been dubbed the Indian Chronicles. So I was saying, don't believe me. So and by the way, you guys go to EU Disinfo Lab for this full report if you want to learn about this, because it's very important for people to know about this. But this is referring to a 15-year-long operation running since 2005 that involves over 10 UN Human Rights Council accredited non-government organizations, mostly resurrected, like meaning that fraudulent. The resurrection of Professor Louis B. Son, a prominent figure in human rights, deceased in 2006. Several identity thefts, including all these people. 700 over 750 fake media outlets covering 119 countries and over 550 domain names registered. So this is a massive deep dive into an operation targeting the EU and the UN to primarily reinforce pro-Indian and anti-Pakistan and anti-Chinese feelings, and to internationally to consolidate the power and improve the perception of India, to damage the reputation of other countries, and ultimately benefit from more support from international institutions such as the EU and the UN. So this was absolutely wild. Guys, I think we almost did a stream on this, but we got really sucked into the BJP influence at Facebook, and there's a lot more to get into. But there's a lot going on here, you guys, and most people don't know about this. When I posted this on my stories, I had people replying to me. They're like, "I'm Indian, and I've never heard of this."
All right, so let's do one last question, and let's switch topic by making this the last question.
One religion. Get rid of one religion. What would it be? That's a really hard question.
Oh, really? Easy for me.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna because there's a lot of ways you could ask this question. Like, I guess a religion that's existing now and just get rid of people believing in it moving forward, or like there's also like if it never existed.
No, one living religion today that you want to end it. End it. Which one would it be?
I'd probably be Islam.
Yeah, easy. Come on, that's obvious. Islam for sure.
Well, I was thinking like
By the way, let's be clear. By ending, we do not. By ending, there's two things that I don't mean by getting rid of. Okay, by getting rid of, I'm talking about belief in Islam as truth. I'm not talking about um, making it non-existent. Like I would still like Islam to exist as mythology, as art, as history, as literature, all of that. I want there to still exist. I do want Islam as people believing in it as something real. That I want it to end. And also, what I also don't want to get rid of is the people of it. Okay, I hope that's clear. Okay, I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about the ideology. Yes, it's definitely Islam for sure.
um well, yeah, but I was thinking if there was one thing that never existed, that's why I was hesitating because prisoner is on my tip, which is Judaism.
Oh, that's why you were considering, because okay, you were thinking about going back in time.
Yeah.
No, okay. That's why I was like, why is she hesitating? Okay, you bring okay. That was actually pretty smart. You wanted to take out Judaism so you could take out Christianity and Islam at the same time as well. Okay. I see. Okay, but it's if that's not that wasn't the question. If the question is like today, what would you want for to remove? That would be like Islam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Also, by the way, one side benefit
I
of
think it
getting
is on. Well, and I was also hesitating because I'm like, I think Islam is on the way out, to be honest.
yeah, but
Maybe it's
if
just because it's so much in my life right now. It's what the Hindupa have done to me, man.
I
But
mean, I
that's a
mean, which
close
religion?
second.
All of the religions are their way out. I mean, yeah, okay, okay. Here's the thing, though. If you get rid of, if Islam goes out faster, Hindutva will also grow slower. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like all of
because a
all
lot of
of
it's very reactionary to
yeah,
Islam.
The growth of Hindutva
Well,
is
and
reaction.
also like Hindupa is so like they so obviously copy Islam's playbook. They're like,
Mm,
I see you jihadis. I see what you've done here. Let's do this, but saffron. Like I mean, they literally copy like Hindu phobia.
mm.
They're literally trying to like appropriate that concept. So
Hindu is certain thing, but someone like Muhammad would have created a supremacist totalitarian ideology, even without Judaism to copy from. Actually, no, Islam would not
we don't
exist.
even know if he was real. So
Yeah, Muhammad. Okay, I'm gonna. No, should I do a book recommendation right now? No. Okay, no, Islam would not exist without Judaism, for sure, for sure. Um, yes. And again, Islam was not invented by Muhammad, even if there was a Muhammad. Probably wasn't, by the way. Islam was invented by the Abbasites, and the Abbasites got everything. It wasn't this one plan by this one psychopath that made Islam. It was an entire dynasty, and it took a long. The foundation of Islam is over a period of time. It wasn't based on one person doing one thing. It's a lot more complicated than people think.
well, and
Yeah.
also no, bring that back.
Oh.
Oh, here it is. But someone like Muhammad would have created a supremacist totalitarian ideology even without Judaism to copy from. I mean, that's true. I mean, it might not necessarily have been what Islam is, though, right? Because there are malignant narcissists who do attempt to consolidate power around them, and that's like the beginnings of a cult, right? So there are like millions of people who have done this throughout time. Um, and it's going to continue to happen forever,
Mm,
you know. Um, but it might not have had the same flavor and the same formation
mm.
without the basis of plagiarizing so much stuff from Judaism.
Okay, one last question. I'm just going to quickly answer this. Armin, what are your thoughts on the sources of the mention of Islam before the Abbasides? What you notice is that every mention of Muhammad, Quran, or Islam before the Abbasids, especially during the Umayyad dynasty. If you actually go look at what it was like and how it was mentioned, it's completely unrecognizable. It's not anything close to what we recognize as Islam today. It sounds and seems like very, very Christian. In fact, sometimes literally looks Christian because the Umayyads had coins with crosses on them. So, I mean, yeah, and Muhammad was not even mentioned until Abdul, until he had it was anyway. That's a whole other live stream. But yeah, it just sounds everything before the Abbasids. First of all, 200 for around 200 years after the alleged existence of Muhammad, he wasn't even mentioned. Or even if it was mentioned, it wasn't even in reference to what we know as Muhammad. And also there are mentions of it that is not literally Muhammad. It's basically talk. Yeah. Anyways, and even when it is mentioned, you could, if you look at how it was mentioned and what it was mentioned, it was definitely not referring to Islam. There's not a single record of Islam being mentioned as a religion when the Arabs came out of Arabia and started invading the lands around them. They were not. I can almost say it's guaranteed that they were not Muslim. The people who attacked the Byzantines, who attacked the Persians, who took Jerusalem, they were Arabs that came out of Arabia. They were not Muslims. Islam was a later invention. Islam was a revisionist. They revised their history. So most people's understanding is that the Arabs became Muslim and Islam became an empire. It seems like it was the other way around. The Arabs became an empire. They needed a religion for their branding of their empire. And then the empire became Islamic. It's the other way around. Anyways, we have to go. It was fun hanging out with you guys. But sorry if I missed any of your comments. Okay, Ben is saying, do a live stream on Islam's origin. Super interesting. Maybe we'll do that. But maybe we'll bring a historian as a guest as well. Cool. All right, guys. Andrew's saying good night. Good night.
Go. Wait. There are some things you need to do. You need to tune in for the news tomorrow. Okay, we got news tomorrow. Then you also need to subscribe. Maybe. And he's just gonna walk away from me.
I was gonna answer this question.
You need to subscribe. You need to sign up for the newsletter. It's upside down. Okay, never mind.
No, you go. Do you keep talking?
No, that was it.
Yeah, subscribe to our news. No, okay, guys. I know. I used to not recommend this book because I think Robert Simpsons is like really Sharia fear mongering kind of person, right? But his books this is the best book so far. Okay. Yeah, this is like a fear mongering kind of person that is like on Twitter. He seems like insane. Yeah, but even though I don't like really Robert Spencer as a person, I have to say this book is so far the best summary. Okay,
you know what I realized?
Right.
I realized that I might be a little bit of a sadist because I keep on telling Ali that I'm not going to stop until he gets Robert Spencer on as a guest of Secular Jihadists.
Yeah.
Which is, I must want to see him suffer because they've had frequent Twitter feuds. Robert Spencer has called Ali a stealth jihadi.
Yeah.
So I want to see them talk.
Yeah,
he's agreed to come on the show.
Yeah, I mean,
he's agreed, and now I just need to bully Ali into making it happen.
The level of fear mongering by this guy actually suggested that Ali Rizvi is like a secret Muslim, jihadi Muslim. That's how crazy this guy gets on Twitter, okay? But again, still, his book is pretty good. And I also agree with this comment. Muhammad may not physically exist, but he does exist in the minds of Muslims, yes. So you could still say a character is evil, even if it's not real, right? You could say
the consequences are real.
Yeah, and the consequences are real. And also the character, you could say, is like, I can say Voldemort is evil without Voldemort being real, right? So,
who should not be named?
Yes.
Anyways, person who shall not be named.
Again, we have the free version of our art free version of our art, the safe for work, the not the nude one, right? Not the sexy ones. Like, it's still sexy, actually. To be fair, they're still very sexy, okay? But there's just no nudity. There's no not
Yeah.
18 plus safe for work version of our art is available for free. You get it, link in the description. Yeah, just get it. Just get sexy blasphemous art, all of it, link in the description. We made it available for free. But if you want the nude versions, become a patron, link in the description. Bye bye.